three killings. Well, do your best.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Kill him, and I said, ow!
Blazing Saddles' bold humor may not be everyone's cup of tea, but for those who crave a good laugh, it's a must-watch. Ranked number 6 on the American Film Institute's list of the 100 funniest movies of all time, this Mel Brooks masterpiece has earned its stripes in the Comedy Hall of Fame. Brooks, known for his side-splitting works like The Producers and Young Frankenstein, boldly claims Blazing Saddles as his favorite, going as far as dubbing it the funniest motion picture ever made. Unrestricted by boundaries, the film fearlessly crosses lines, earning it a spot in the National Film Registry. Stick around to uncover the hidden secrets the Blazing Saddles producers never wanted you to know. The plot. The 1974 hit film is part satirical, part postmodernist, and all about shaking up the classic Western genre. Directed by the legendary Mel Brooks and starring Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder, this black comedy has all the right ingredients for a laugh-out-loud experience. It's 1874, and a railroad is causing a stir in Rock Ridge. But trouble brews when the construction threatens to reroute due to quicksand. Enter Hedley Lamar, a scheming attorney general with dollar signs in his eyes. Lamar hatches a plan to scare the townsfolk away, sending a gang of thugs to wreak havoc and shoot the sheriff. The resilient townspeople, not ones to back down, demand a new sheriff for protection. He, seizing an opportunity, convinces the somewhat clueless Governor Lepetoman to appoint Bart, a black railroad worker facing execution. Lamar's devious plan? Stir up chaos, offend the locals, and seize control of Rock Ridge. Despite a rocky start, Bart turns the tables by relying on quick wits and teaming up with the Waco Kid, Jim, an alcoholic gunslinger. Together, they navigate through hostility, outsmart a henchman named Mongo, and even win over the heart of the German seductress-for-hire Lily von Stupp. As the plot thickens, Bart uncovers Lamar's connection to the railroad and, with Jim, sets out to thwart his villainous schemes. Lamar, facing failure, assembles a motley crew of thugs, from common criminals to Klansmen and even Nazis. In a clever twist, Bart unites the diverse townspeople to stand against his army. They build a decoy town, but when that plan falters, they go all out, creating replicas of themselves. A hilarious showdown ensues as the fake town, booby-trapped with dynamite, lures Lamar's raiding party into chaos. The ensuing brawl breaks not only the fourth wall, but also spills onto a neighboring movie set, turning into a full-blown spectacle that includes a musical number and a food fight. The chaos reaches its peak as Lamar, defeated and desperate, tries to escape the cinematic world he's found himself in. In a fitting finale, Bart confronts Lamar at the premiere of Blazing Saddles, delivering a memorable and unexpected resolution. As the credits roll, Bart announces his departure, signaling the end of his mission in Rock Ridge. Riding into the sunset, Bart and Jim share a moment of camaraderie, wrapping up this comedy with a touch of class. Join them on their journey to Nowhere Special as they bid farewell to Rock Ridge, leaving audiences with a grin and a lasting memory of a Western like no other, audition awkwardness. In the realm of film auditions, Mel Brooks and Madeline Kahn etched an unforgettable, albeit awkward, chapter in the tale of Blazing Saddles. Kahn, destined to become the sultry Lily von Stupp, almost stumbled at the audition's threshold, courtesy of a peculiar request from Brooks. Awkwardness ensued as Brooks, expressing admiration for Kahn's talent, found himself in a verbal hiccup stating, "I can't hire you unless you raise your skirt and let me see your legs." A momentary silence hung in the air until Kahn, with a wry smile, quipped, "Oh, so it's that kind of audition," and made a move to exit. A hasty clarification followed from Brooks, explaining the homage to a Western classic. Kahn, seizing the creative opportunity, seamlessly replicated Marlene Dietrich's saloon scene, even matching the off-tune humming. Brooks, astonished, later acknowledged the brilliance of Kahn's improvisation. Gig Young, initially cast as the Waco Kid, brought unforeseen challenges to the set. His method of acting, aligned with the character's alcoholism, collided with his real-life struggles. The first day of shooting unfolded in chaos as Young vomited green fluid on set. Distraught, Brooks made the tough call, sending Young to the hospital and summoning his reliable ally Gene Wilder to rescue the role. Wilder, Brooks's steadfast companion since the producers, swiftly stepped into the Waco Kids' shoes. The transition, from costume fittings to scene rehearsals, happened seamlessly within days. Brooks recalled the surreal speed with which Wilder transformed into the character, reflecting the camaraderie that had solidified over years of collaboration. The script of Blazing Saddles posed a unique challenge with its unabashed use of racial epithets. Brooks, initially apprehensive, sought counsel from Richard Pryor and Cleavon Little. Pryor, who was originally slated to play Black Sheriff Bart, reassured Brooks, articulating a nuanced perspective. He asserted that if racists uttered the offensive language, it would be authentic, but cautioning against its use by well-intentioned characters. Pryor's journey to secure the role of Black Sheriff Bart faced a hurdle when Warner Brothers hesitated due to insurance concerns arising from Pryor's recent drug arrest. Despite the setback, Pryor's financial incentive convinced Brooks to persevere. With Pryor's payments from the Screenwriters Guild at stake, the duo decided to proceed, leading to the eventual creation of a groundbreaking comedy. In the annals of film history, the making of Blazing Saddles stands as a testament to the resilience of creativity amidst challenges. Mel Brooks and his ensemble cast navigated awkward auditions, unexpected replacements, and societal taboos to deliver a film that not only defied conventions, but also left an indelible mark on the landscape of comedy. Premiere, indoor movie theaters, so last season. Drive-ins are the new cool kids on the block, drawing crowds like it's a blockbuster premiere. Forget red carpets. It's all about the open air, and even new releases are choosing the drive-in over traditional glam events. Back in '74, Blazing Saddles was the toast of the town. Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder lit up the Pickwick Drive-In Theater in Burbank, California, with a wild Western premiere. 250 VIPs, including the stars themselves, watching from horseback. The film went on to be a comedy legend, raking in a whopping $119.6 million on a budget that wouldn't cover today's special effects. Fast forward to today, where clickbait tries to throw shade on classics. An ad suggests Blazing Saddles' iconic line was a mistake. Spoiler alert, it's pure clickbait, leading you down endless slideshows with no mention of the supposed error. False alarm, folks. Now imagine this, a Hollywood premiere at a drive-in. Sounds like a downer, right? Not if you were there for the Blazing Saddles shindig. Horses, not limos, carried the VIPs. The speakers, attached to saddle pommels. And if you thought the after-party was typical, think again. A hospitality bar dished out hors d'oeuvres. Mel Brooks loved it so much that he penned a letter praising the genius behind the equine-themed extravaganza. We're not saying every drive-in premiere should be a cowboy spectacle, but wouldn't a fly-in for Top Gun or a chairless policy for Tenet adds a quirky twist? Who needs plush theaters when you can have a wild ride under the stars? Drive-ins are the trendsetters now, and they're not slowing down. Timeless humor, the ultimate throwback comedy ride with Mel Brooks' 1974 masterpiece, Blazing Saddles. Brooks, in his prime, delivered this gem just months after Young Frankenstein, proving he was the king of comedy in the 70s. The maestro had already snagged a Best Original Screenplay Oscar for The Producers and continued his reign with parodies like Silent Movie, High Anxiety, Spaceballs, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. But let's be honest, Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein stand tall as his comedic magnum opus. When the talk turns to Blazing Saddles, you'll often hear folks saying, "This movie could never be made today." But what's the real deal behind that statement? Does it mean we can't have the offensive slurs thrown around by the racist characters? Not necessarily. Films set over 50 years ago can still use the period to justify characters displaying casual bigotry. If you think Blazing Saddles pushed boundaries, just peek at Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained or Spike Lee's Black Klansman. Of course, there's a difference, especially with Lee being a black filmmaker. Brooks' comedic western, a hilarious riff on George Marshall's Destry Rides Again, 1939, is pushing 50 itself. Like any old movie, it's not all ageless perfection. Some bits still hold strong, though, like Madeline Kahn's spot-on Marlene Dietrich impression, the clever jabs at movie cliches and studio politics, Cleavon Little's stellar performance as Bart the sheriff, and the unforgettable campfire farting sequence. Yes, that one. But it's a comedy from 5 decades ago, and with it come a few outdated elements. Brooks dons brown makeup to play a bumbling governor and a Yiddish-speaking American Indian chief, an eyebrow-raising choice today. Yet, considering the movie's age, it's easy to chalk it up to the times changing. The social commentary in Blazing Saddles still hits home, tackling hypocrisy and political incorrectness. It probably helps that the screenwriters, including Richard Pryor, were part of minority groups. The irony doesn't escape us. The most well-meaning white male character is played by Gene Wilder, Brooks's regular collaborator and also Jewish. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the use of offensive slurs. When you chuckle at those jokes, whose laughter are you joining? The most favorite scene involves Bart being greeted with a racial slur, and the punchline relies entirely on Bart's reaction. It's a thought-provoking moment, making me ponder the white equivalent, which remains elusive. As we revisit Blazing Saddles, appreciate the timeless humor while acknowledging the era it belongs to. It's a wild comedy journey through the lens of yesteryears, reminding us that laughter, even at the quirks of the past, can still be a blast today. Behind-the-scenes secrets. Behind the scenes of the iconic satirical Western comedy Blazing Saddles, where the untold stories of its creation come to light. Alex Karras, the formidable force who once conquered the NFL for 12 seasons, seamlessly transitioned to the silver screen with his portrayal of the muscle-bound and dim-witted Mongo. Blazing Saddles producers kept these secrets hidden from the public, ensuring that the audience remained blissfully unaware of the fascinating details surrounding the film's inception. Before dazzling the audience, Karras had already showcased his prowess in the NFL, earning accolades such as 9 All-Pro Team selections and inclusion in the NFL All-Decade Team of the 60s. Mel Brooks, the mastermind behind the film, initially set his comedic sights on the controversial and immensely talented Richard Pryor for the role of Sheriff Bart. However, the studio suggested Cleavon Little, and upon hearing Little's audition, Brooks promptly cast him, defying the studio's recommendation and solidifying the film's fate. Meanwhile, Brooks harbored dreams of including Western legend John Wayne in a surprise cameo. The two had an encounter on the Warner Brothers lot, leading to Brooks crafting a brief role for Wayne. Yet the Duke declined, expressing excitement to be the first in line to watch the unconventional cinematic venture. Method acting took center stage as Slim Pickins, the real rodeo performer turned actor, fully embraced his role as Taggart. Immersed in his character, Pickins opted to sleep outdoors like a cowboy, armed with his trusty Winchester. Brooks, a comedic genius with an eye for subtlety, infused hidden meanings into the film. An example of this artistry is the nod to Cuban jazz musician Mongo Santa Maria when a Mexican character exclaims, "Mongo Santa Maria!" Such nuances demonstrated Brooks's commitment to delivering a layered and thoughtful parody of the Western genre. Count Basie and his band took center stage, literally, as Brooks broke convention by placing music in the foreground instead of the background. The scene featuring April in Paris became a standout moment, captivating audiences with its unconventional approach. To ensure the film's success, Brooks organized a screening for blue-collar Warner Brothers employees, strategically swaying studio executives to release the film against their initial reservations. Jack Starrett's impeccable impression of Western icon George "Gabby" Hayes caught Brooks's attention, earning Starrett a role that showcased Brooks's knack for recognizing unique talent. Even legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, known for his distinct style, reached out to Brooks to express his admiration for Blazing Saddles, creating a surprising connection between two seemingly disparate directors. However, not every behind-the-scenes moment was smooth sailing. Animal rights activists raised concerns about a comedic scene involving Mongo punching a horse, sparking a debate on the portrayal of violence towards animals in films. As controversies brewed, Brooks navigated challenges with finesse, maintaining the film's unapologetic spirit. Amidst the laughter and chaos, Andrew Bergman's contributions played a crucial role, influencing the success of the film and leading to the creation of the TV series Black Bart. The writing team, stationed on the 6th floor of a New York City building, tirelessly crafted the script. Yet only Brooks received compensation, walking away with $50,000 for his dedication. Madeline Kahn's unforgettable portrayal of Lili von Stupp brought the character to life in a way that aligned perfectly with Brooks's vision. Kahn's audition, humorously marked by her request for Brooks to see her legs, added a touch of levity to the behind-the-scenes anecdotes. Despite initial reservations from Warner Brothers' chief executive Ted Ashley, who demanded the removal of controversial scenes, Brooks stood his ground. With a touch of defiance, he discarded the notes, maintaining the film's unbridled and daring spirit. The film's title underwent multiple transformations, from 10X to Black Bart and Purple Sage, before Brooks's shower epiphany led to the perfect title Blazing Saddles. In an unexpected twist, Hedy Lamarr, a well-known actress, took issue with the antagonist's name, Hedley Lamarr, leading to a lawsuit that was eventually settled out of court. As the curtain fell on the behind-the-scenes drama, Blazing Saddles emerged not just as a comedic masterpiece, but as a testament to Mel Brooks's unwavering vision and determination in the face of challenges. Now let's see today's subscribers pick. The picture you see of Slim Pickins, the iconic cowboy of rodeo fame and film, would be blowing out 104 candles today if he were still with us. Louis Burton Lindley Jr., born in Kingsburg, California, on June 29, 1999, wasn't your average dairy farmer's son. No, sir. From the tender age of 4, Pickins saddled up and showed he had a knack for riding that surpassed his dad's dreams of him tending cows. Despite parental objections to him joining rodeos, Slim did the exact opposite, as rebellious youngsters often do. The rodeo manager wasn't optimistic about his chances, calling them Slim Pickins. But Slim Pickins defied the odds, winning $400 on his debut, proving he was no underdog. Fast forward to 1974, and Pickins makes his mark as Taggart, one tough henchman in Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles. But here's a twist: you might not know that Blazing Saddles producers kept these secrets hidden from the public. The film unleashed outrageous cowboy archetypes, and Pickins fit the bill perfectly. But don't let that be the end of the story. Pickins' cowboy legacy extends far beyond that single role. Slim Pickins, the man who breathed life into comedic characters in classics like Dr. Strangelove and Blazing Saddles, had a life steeped in the grit of California ranching. His name became synonymous with a cowboy's grit and humor, leaving an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Which Slim Pickins performance is etched in your memory, and how does his charismatic character in the film impact your appreciation of the film? Let us know in the comment section below. Dynamic duo. Burton Gilliam's life took a wild turn when he rode into Blazing Saddles. Even 45 years after the uproarious debut of this legendary comedy, folks still burst into laughter, eager for his behind-the-scenes tales from the set. Mel Brooks' 1974 film stands tall as the ultimate mockery of Old West life. Co-penned by Richard Pryor, it stars Cleavon Little as the first black sheriff in a frontier town on the brink of destruction due to a new railway. Gilliam plays Lyle, a fellow hustling to get the train project rolling. This Academy Award-nominated gem is brimming with gags, and yes, gas, especially when beans fuel the campfire. It cleverly skewers racism too. Brooks must have nailed the direction, as evidenced by Roger Ebert's solid 4-star rating. Catch Blazing Saddles at the Ridgefield Playhouse on Feb 22 and stay for a Q&A with Gilliam, hosted by Ira Jo Fisher and WLAD's Bart Busterna. Gilliam, a titan among character actors, boasts a filmography of over 90 hits, rubbing shoulders with stars like Burt Reynolds, Patty Duke, Steven Spielberg, and Clint Eastwood. Back when Gilliam was a spry 80, he wasn't exactly a seasoned actor stepping onto the Blazing Saddles set, which featured heavyweights like Harvey Korman, Gene Wilder, Slim Pickins, and Madeline Kahn. Reflecting on his debut in Paper Moon, Gilliam chuckled, "I thought I was going to be an extra, Never even been in a grade school play. Working as a Dallas fireman, Gilliam spotted an ad for extras, hoping to catch a glimpse of Ryan O'Neal. Fate had other plans. He ended up with a co-starring role. 3 months later, a call from Brooks changed his life. Impressed by Gilliam's work in Paper Moon, Brooks wanted him as Lyle, the comical foil to Pickins' character. Leaving behind a 14-year firefighting career, Gilliam faced skepticism. The whole fire department went crazy. They knew I was going to fall flat on my face. Proving them wrong, he declared himself the best actor out of the Dallas Fire Department. When asked about his secret to success, Gilliam humbly said, "I just flat got lucky." Describing himself as fortunate, he added, "They gave me something to do without knowing much about me, and I gave them more than they expected." Reflecting on Blazing Saddles, Gilliam admitted Brooks might have wanted reshoots for certain scenes if time allowed. No major bloopers to spot, though. He teased a credit glitch but reserved details for the Q&A, leaving fans curious for more. Gilliam's proudest accomplishment? Spreading joy. "I like to think wherever I go, I leave them with a smile on their face." Get ready to smile as Blazing Saddles lights up the Ridgefield Playhouse, a comedic journey that still has audiences roaring after all these years. Racist content. In 2020, HBO Max took the initiative to warn viewers before delving into the classic Western spoof, Blazing Saddles. The 1974 film, which had been available for streaming on the platform since July 28 of that year, came with a cautionary note regarding its racist language and attitudes. Before viewers embarked on this cinematic journey, HBO introduced an informative intro by Jacqueline Stewart, a cinema studies professor from the University of Chicago and TCM host. This approach echoed the earlier strategy of introducing disclaimers for films like Gone with the Wind. Stewart straightforwardly presented the facts. This movie was an overt and audacious spoof on classic westerns. She emphasized that its provocative nature remained intact, even after all those years. Cleavon Little, in the role of Bart, a railroad worker turned the first black sheriff of Rock Ridge, took center stage in a town on the brink of destruction for progress. Initially, residents of Rock Ridge grappled with racial bias towards their new sheriff. But things took a turn as they realized Bart and his perpetually drunk gunfighter friend Gene Wilder were their only defense against incoming troublemakers. Stewart made it clear in her 3-minute spiel, racist language and attitudes pervaded the film. However, she pointed out that these attitudes were embodied by characters portrayed as explicitly small-minded and ignorant bigots. The true enlightenment, she argued, radiated from the main characters played by Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder. Little, who played Bart, passed away in 1992 at the age of 52, while Wilder, famous for his role as Willy Wonka in 1971, left us in 2016 at the age of 83. Stewart didn't stop there. She shed light on director Mel Brooks's spoofing legacy, drawing attention to his later genre satires like Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety, and Spaceballs. As a fun fact, Richard Pryor was initially considered for Cleavon Little's role, but was turned down due to his controversial stand-up material. Despite the rejection, Pryor stuck around and contributed to the film's writing. Drawing parallels with the Gone with the Wind scenario, which faced removal from HBO Max due to outdated and racist content, Blazing Saddles shared the screen with a warning. Some online users mocked HBO Max for their cautionary approach, suggesting that the only disclaimer needed was a reminder of the good old days when people laughed together without constantly searching for offense. In the end, as one observer pointed out, Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles, a pinnacle of racial satire in film history, came with a disclaimer to remind everyone that racism is unequivocally bad. Friendship of comedy legends. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. It's 1976, the set of the comedy Silver Streak in Canada. Funny men. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, the dynamic duo we all came to love, meet for the first time. It wasn't a grand affair, just a simple exchange of greetings and mutual admiration. Little did they know this encounter would spark a comedic partnership for the ages. Their on-screen magic began with a simple dialogue exchange. Wilder, 2007 interview, described the spontaneity that defined their collaboration. Lines flowed effortlessly, unscripted moments creating the foundation for 4 feature films and unforgettable one-liners that would echo through the decades. The journey, however, wasn't always smooth. The duo missed an earlier chance to team up in Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles due to Pryor's off-screen struggles. Despite Pryor's quirks, Silver Streak was a hit, leading to a follow-up film, Stir Crazy, directed by Sidney Poitier. This 1980 gem showcased their chemistry as friends wrongly accused of a bank robbery, reaching the pinnacle of their professional partnership. Yet behind the scenes, Pryor's unpredictability posed challenges. An infamous on-set interview captured Pryor, allegedly under the influence, veering into profanity-laden tangents. It was a glimpse into the chaos of working with the unpredictable Pryor, who also struggled with punctuality, testing the patience of the entire production team. Months before the release of Stir Crazy, Pryor's struggles took a dangerous turn. A cocaine-fueled binge resulted in a shocking act of self-harm, setting himself on fire. This incident not only threatened Pryor's life, but also impacted Wilder's career, as roles in Trading Places slipped through their fingers. Despite the tumultuous journey, Pryor and Wilder reunited for See No Evil, Hear No Evil in 1989. This time the experience was smoother, with Pryor's on-set behavior earning praise. The film may not be their most memorable, but it still topped the box office for 2 weeks. The final collaboration, Another You in 1991, marked the end of an era. Pryor's battle with multiple sclerosis took its toll, and the comedic spark between the two flickered out. It was the last hurrah for these comedy legends on the big screen. In his memoir, Kiss Me Like a Stranger, Wilder acknowledged the unique chemistry they shared on screen, comparing it to intimate attraction. However, he also revealed the disparity between their on-screen camaraderie and off-screen interactions. Despite the professional admiration, their relationship remained muted. Wilder's passing in 2016 prompted reflections on their complex friendship. Rain Pryor, Richard's daughter, sheds light on the reality of their relationship. Despite their differences in nature and lifestyle, there was genuine affection. Pryor, acknowledging Wilder's genius, often expressed, "He's a good man." The tale of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder is one of contrasts, a roller coaster of creative brilliance, personal struggles, and an enduring bond forged through the lens of laughter. Timeless legacy. Blazing Saddles, rocking the 6th spot on AFI's Funniest Movies list, flips the Western script with Cleavon Little as Sheriff Bart, the groundbreaking first black sheriff in Rock Ridge. Bart, aided by partner Jim, Gene Wilder, and saboteur-turned-lover Lily Von Stoop, Madeline Kahn, outwits conniving Hedley Lamar, Harvey Korman. Initially met with mixed reviews, Blazing Saddles boldly broke from cinematic norms, making it more of a trailblazer than a follower. Cleavon Little's journey started on Broadway, winning a Tony in 1970. After Blazing Saddles, he continued impressing on stage and screen, earning a BAFTA nomination. Sadly, his career was tragically cut short by colon cancer in 1992 at age 53. Gene Wilder, superb as Jim, wasn't the first pick. Brooks initially approached John Wayne. Undeterred, Wilder's chemistry with Richard Pryor shone in films like Stir Crazy. Beyond acting, Wilder's philanthropy honored his late wife, Gilda Radner, founding Gilda's Club. He bid adieu at 2016 at 83 due to Alzheimer's disease. Madeline Kahn, a Brooks regular, nabbed an Oscar nod for Blazing Saddles and embraced success on stage and TV. Ovarian cancer claimed her at 57 in 1999, leaving behind a legacy of versatile performances. Harvey Korman, threatened with a lawsuit by Hedy Lamarr, embraced Hedley Lamar in Blazing Saddles. Known for The Carol Burnett Show, Korman's diverse career spanned Brooks films to voice roles. He left a comedic legacy in 2008, aged 81. Slim Pickins, a rodeo performer turned actor, rode into Blazing Saddles as Taggart. Known for Dr. Strangelove, Pickens continued his film and TV roles until his 1983 exit at age 64. Mel Brooks, portraying Governor Lepetomaine, is the comedic genius steering Blazing Saddles. Beyond acting, his directorial prowess brought hits like Young Frankenstein and Spaceballs. Now 96, Brooks continues his laughter-inducing legacy as a prolific producer, with Brooks Films producing diverse projects, even in 2022. Blazing Saddles, initially controversial, endures as a comedic masterpiece. Cleavon Little, Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, Harvey Korman, and Slim Pickins formed an iconic ensemble. Mel Brooks, the ageless maestro at 96, keeps the laughter alive, proving that in humor, age is just a number. The film's timeless humor, coupled with the indelible mark left by its talented cast, ensures its place as a classic that still tickles the funny bone. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.